Welcome to my channel. Welcome. This is going to just be a random read. I am feeling prompt to do this reading. So I don't know if you guys are pushing my spirit guys to tell me to do it. I don't know if it's y'all pushing this reading on or if spirit it's just like, yeah, somebody got something that needs to be said. So let's figure out what's going on for whoever I'm reading for. See, this is I really didn't want to get that many cards. I guess we'll see how this goes. Three of Cups coming after the Hierophant. Interesting. So let's see who I'm reading for. Oh, wow. So this looks like someone who wasn't comfortable with their current position. Had a lot of inner conflict in regards to where they stood in their life, or where they stand in their life. And ultimately really wanted to bring about change while Hierophant, I'm sorry, the Emperor and the Empress. Trying to see which way we're going with this because this could be a partnership. Or the desire to communicate with someone you deem to be your other half. When I see these two cards, they're often a very deep soulmate connection. Two people who resonate so deep that it's beyond the physical attraction. It's more so spiritual or, yeah, spiritual. Very, very deep, very profound. Oftentimes this is two twins. So this could be a reading for some of you. Some of you may have come into contact with your twin, and it's making you recognize aspects of your life that you aren't content with, aspects of your life that you want change, that you seek out change in. You know, it could also be wanting better health, wanting to end any inner conflicts you may have and bring about healing. Bring about destiny, bring about change. Finding your direction and your path. Definitely with the Hermit trying to get on course. There's a lot of conflict here internally. There's also conflict, it could also be conflict in regards to communicating with this person, making this person a tangible, stable offer. So to me, this looks like someone who's come into contact with a divine connection, and it's invoking change in their experience and wanting and kind of nudging them to dig deep within themselves and go down a different path, go down a path less traveled, to find your way through your darkness, or this could be someone who's entering the dark night or is in the midst of the dark night of the soul and needing validation or clarity on where they are at this point, what direction they're going into, why they've come into contact with a profound connection, why they're being pushed to dig within themselves so deeply. And it's bringing about thoughts that are restricting, or it's removing restrictive thoughts, lower vibrational thoughts or thought patterns that can push you into a more profound direction. In regards to the connection, this is also two people who aren't in a committed relationship. This is two people who aren't official at this time. They may not even be in communication here. You may have met, come into contact with a profound soul connection, and it's pushing you to bring about change and healing in your life. But it's also, kind of that feeling where you get something and then it's taken away. Like, why give what would be taken away anyways? But it's all with purpose. It's to bring you to a point of higher consciousness. The ability to heal, the ability to invoke change in your experience. A master of craft. The high priest and priestess, long time ago, were the people that were called upon to heal the sick, to bring spiritual awareness and enlightenment. They were the ones entrusted with the spiritual teachings. But see, the Hierophant and the Emperor and the Empress, they can utilize the tools of the High Priestess, but bring it into reality. Bring it into practice on a more profound level, where the Hierophant may reach the spiritual. The High Priestess or the Empress and the Emperor, they can reach many. They can show people spirituality. The Hierophant can as well, and he keeps coming out my mouth, but he's not on the board. So let's dig a little deeper into this. Where are we going first? That's the question. Where are we going first? I really want to know some more about this Hierophant and the Empress. But I also want to use a different deck for them. Tell me more about this Messenger of Earth. Tell me more here. Queen of Wands. There's a lot of readers who interpret the Queen of Wands as the feminine, the divine feminine. So this could be either one of you wanting to send a message, and not in the ethers, to actually send a message, or to make a tangible offer. Tell me more. Let's get a little more clarity. And I'm feeling like this is more your energy, the viewer. So whoever's in the masculine energy, they really want to hold on to you. They want to make an offer, but I don't think they're ready to. They don't want you to go anywhere, but they're not ready to receive at this time. A closed hand can't receive. King of Wands. This masculine energy is holding on to you so tight. You two want to communicate with each other. We have the king and the queen of wands here. This king is holding on so tight that I don't think they're opening their self up enough to, I'm hearing it like, receive the words to be said. They don't know what to say. All they know is that you two are equal. Emperor, Empress, King and Queen of Wands. I feel like this person, yeah, look at that, Two of Swords. This person isn't clear. And look at all that's behind it. Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the World. This person entered into a cycle of receiving, and the way I'm hearing it is this person entered into a new cycle where they had to deal with their lower vibrational self. They had to deal with their lower vibrational experiences, lower vibrational thoughts, any hurts that may have come across that they'd endured in their process. The reason this person can't communicate, Two of Swords, this person has to figure out within themselves first which direction is best to take, how to approach you, how to communicate, how to let this hurt go, how to bring themselves out of the cold, to even be able to offer you, to give you a real offer. Tell me about the Moon. Tell me about the Moon. Where's the Moon in there? Okay. Again, inner conflict. Inner conflict, needing to see things clearly, needing to accept a new way of thinking. And this feels more like your energy. It feels like as you begin to consciously become aware of yourself on many levels and begin to unlock spiritual abilities, begin to, I'm hearing deprogram. You're going through a period of having to face yourself. And again, I'm hearing dark night of the soul. So I'm seeing this like in the process of discovery, you're having to go through the dark night in order to have that clarity. There's no reward without work, you know. There's no justice without taking the proper actions to receive it. And it's like you both are on a journey of discovery. Look at that. You both are trying to bring justice and harmony in. Two of Cups. Trying to restore this love to a more balanced state. Look at that. Trying to blend mind, body, and spirit in order to obtain balance. And there's It's like both of you are maintaining the faith here. I didn't think this was going to be a twin reading. That's what I was feeling in my meditation, so I guess it makes sense. That's a lot to say. Got the moon again at the bottom of the deck. Two of Swords back out. There's an impatience here. There's an impatience here. And it's on both ends. Both of you want to communicate, but are unsure as to how to move forward. I don't think you have a full understanding of how to move this forward, what direction to go in, where you are at in your own personal ascension and healing process, where how much you have been able to remove the hurt and stagnant energy. I heard stalemate, but that's not, I feel like that's what you two believe this is. But it's the heartfelt offer comes after the full removal of pain, of despair. You have to be strong enough to be comfortable with not having this person in order to have this person. Because if you can be comfortable not having, you know, your direct counterpart, then you know you won't, you don't go into that codependent energy. Tell me about the Hermit. Interesting. I think there has to be some structure first. Justice just looked at me again. There has to be some structure. There has to be completion within one's own life. You have to figure out your path before you can move forward on this path together. You've got to work on your life. You've got to work on your health. You've got to work on your establishing a career, maintaining a career, elevating a career. This connection isn't going anywhere, but the potential to have the life you desire, I'm hearing it like it is, not to trigger anyone, but your opportunities are here and now. This love is forever. I'm seeing it like pursue yourself. Chase after your dreams first. Chase after what brings you stability. Chase after what makes you confident and comfortable. Chase after a legacy of your own. And then new energy follows. It's almost like ask yourself, what would be the point of having a twin, if the two of you coming together wasn't to have a profound effect on this world? What would make the connection different? And if you were to come together and not apply the power that you have to, apply that power to invoke change in whatever way you can to really stabilize yourself and your life, and to become, for some of you I hear a light worker, but for a lot of you I'm hearing a force to be reckoned with. It's almost like it would be selfish to come together and not do your part. So if you haven't established a direction of your own, then how can it come together and have direction? And without direction, where does it leave the connection? I'm hearing it like an idle mind is the devil's playground. Now, there's many who don't believe in the devil, but that's just metaphorically speaking. An idle mind allows darkness to sleep in. It's like create the light, or or why are you doing all of this? What's the point of this connection? Ask yourself. If this connection was to walk in my life right now, how would I feel? What would I do? What would come from this connection coming together? Got the Hermit again. Beautiful. So we have the Hermit, the King of Cups, and the Empress. The only reason there's conflict is because of misalignment. But this Hermit again, and the proximity, so we have the Hermit, the King of Coins, the Ten of Coins, Five of Earth, Hermit, King of Cups, Empress. Following your path brings you out of lack. As far as the connection, and as far as you feeling left out in the cold, you feeling like you don't have enough in your own, in your own life. It comes from misalignment. Being on your path brings you the Ten of Wands. Removing the lack in your life comes from being on path. So it mirrors back to each other. To have and obtain all in which you desire, it requires you to be on your path. It requires you to bring stability to your physical world as well as your inner world. And then to birth to bring life to bring deeper connection, to stabilize the emotions, and to be able to give and receive and share love properly and healthy. This reading is crazy, and this energy is even more crazy. We have the Magician, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups, Four of Wands. Three of Swords is never far behind in this reading, as well as the Two of Swords. And this guy right here, the Page of Swords. Oreo, stop, girl. It just keeps, it's like, it just keeps reminding you, clarity can't come. It's almost like you're blocking yourself by not being on your path. And what it feels like most is that you're so busy trying to get this twin back in your life that you're neglecting things that you need to do for yourself. You're neglecting things that need to be done in order to stabilize yourself. You stabilize yourself, you stabilize your energy. You stabilize your energy, your twin is able to better read your energy and feel when you're ready to welcome them in. Feel when you're ready to have a connection this deep. And that's not to say that the other person has their self together, because Lord knows that twins are mirrors. But if you're still pushing a chaotic energy, they're still receiving a chaotic energy, so there's still chaotic energy in the connection. You've got to stabilize yourself. You've got to stabilize your life, your connection to self, higher self, and spirit. You can't be in a spiritual connection and not take guidance from spirit, right? There's already a recognition that you two are twins, that you two are counterparts, that you two mix well together, but I feel like you already know that you're not on the path of least resistance quite yet. You still can feel the resistance, you know. But you definitely have all the tools that you need to bring this change in, but it's all pushed by love, by authenticity. Mirroring happening again. There's no doubt that this is someone you've already met. There's no doubt that this is twin energy, that this is soulmate energy, that this is a two people of like mind. Three of Swords again, and finally coming out on the board, period. To heal yourself in this connection, you got to get up in that heart chakra. You got to get up in that love energy and engulf yourself with it. It feels like through the heart space is where you find your true calling. Irregardless of all of this information, the underlining message is get right with yourself in order to get right in your connection. You gotta become complete within yourself. You can't chase. Listen, I'm going to give it to you really raw, because you can't chase this love. You can't chase this person. This person got to be brought back in by spirit. It's not going to be you, and it's not going to be them. Y'all not going to bring each other back in. Divine is going to have to do it, because they can see what's inside of you. You can't fool the Most High. So this connection not going to come in until you get on purpose. Until you get on purpose. When you begin to see the physical changes and the physical elevations. When you begin to see things improve in your life. Some of y'all, I can hear you. I literally hear you saying, I'm doing the work. I'm tired of people saying that. I'm doing the work. But it's not a matter of when you feel like it's time. And you got to grow comfortable with that. And even more, you have to grow comfortable with the fact that you can have a twin and not be meant to be together in this lifetime. Again, if this triggers you, I'm sorry, but that, I mean, it is what it is. It's like I'm feeling spirit say it's time to get real with these people. You got all these twin flame readers. You got all these people that's reading, telling you this person is coming in, telling you this, this, and that. You're feeling it resonate because what's meant for you is meant for you. But I'm feeling a sense of forcing it. Forcing the timeline at least. Just because you watch something that say a connection is coming back together, that doesn't mean it's coming back together today, tomorrow, this year, next year. It depends on you. It depends on your counterpart. And to be honest, I'm going to say again, a lot of people aren't meant, well, I won't say a lot, but there's people who aren't meant to be in a full-on relationship with their twin. Their twin came in to spark that change. Because your spirit may have been so heavy that you needed something that strong to enter your life to invoke change. Sometimes people go through the worst of shit and they're stuck. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually stuck. And I'm feeling it like sometimes it takes a push to come in a physical way, meaning spirit done worked with you, God worked with you, your ancestors work with you, the universe is working with you, but you still stuck. And don't get mad if you get triggered because it happens, okay? And it ain't nothing to be ashamed of because you're here to experience. And if you stuck, that just means that the depth of the pain or the blockage was so deep that it took time to be uncovered. That's nothing to be ashamed of, because that means you have experienced something in your life that cut you deep enough that it became a suppressed lower vibration. But yet you still made your way through life. You still pressed on. You still had enough power in you to attract a powerful connection. You know what I mean? I'm getting all over the hill and stuff. Let me bring it back. Hold on. I say this to say, live your life to the fullest. Go with the flow. Because it's not the end of the world regardless of how the outcome is. You should never be so attached to the outcome that you hold on to what you created in your mind. Not only do you limit spirit by doing that, not only do you limit yourself, but now you've got something in your mind wrapped so tight that it's not going anywhere. You're not making room for things to be improved. And that's in regards to life and this connection. But what I really feel in regards to this connection is that recognition has already happened. You know what I mean? You've already come to an understanding that there are profound connections this deep, and you have been blessed enough in this lifetime to experience it, whether it be for a day or whether it be something that comes in and is meant to be for the rest of this physical existence. You know what I mean? And beyond, because we know that the soul, once you go, you still living. That's just transformation. Death is, hold on, my kid's coming. So the end of that wasn't recording. So I'll just wrap it up. Basically, what I'm saying is that allow death to be what occurs in your experiences. Allow things to come to a true end. Do not put yourself in an energy where you become so hell-bent on obtaining only what's in your mind's eye that you fail to accept all that can be. And recognize that if you are not meant to have a twin flame connection that is meant to be held on to for the rest of this this life you have, if you're not meant to come together in a relationship, understand that that's okay too. Sometimes you're put in situations in life where you've been through so much shit that you just have that something massive has to occur to invoke deep change in your life. And you should look at this experience from a place of gratitude rather than a place of why the fuck have I met this person if I wasn't meant to have this person, you know, or any lower vibrational perspective, you know, like that. Look at it like, again, children, you're coming. Look at it like, thank God I was able to have an encounter in my life that invoked change so deep that it changed me to my core. You know, there's people who only have profound change like that through near-death experiences. Ask yourself, would I rather have changed the course of my life through a near-death experience or through love? You know? Not only that, but take into account that at least you have your twin in the physical. At least, you know, your twin still walks this earth. There's twins out here who have lost their counterpart. Understand that you'll always have this connection in spirit, irregardless of if it's in the physical. The physical is desired by the physical. The spiritual is beautifully happy irregardless. They're thankful, you know, your spirit is thankful for an experience irregardless. It's the ego that says, I want this person in my presence. So are you going to operate from ego or spirit? Because to achieve true mastery of self, the reason this journey has been brought to your awareness, to achieve true mastery mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, to become an ascended master, you know, that's the final destination, not the relationship. That's so 3D based to think that if I don't have this relationship in my life, then I haven't successfully obtained union. Union comes in when you meet your other half, when your awareness is brought to the fact that you have a twin. That's reunion. Whether it be of the mind or of the spirit, whether you have an inner knowing that you have a twin and have never met the person, or if you've met the person and had to move on. It's what comes from the experience, not the experience itself. That's like being hungry and having food in front of your face and trying to become full before you eat it. It's the act of eating it that nourishes you, not the having it. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful one. I'm going to get ready to go. Thank you for coming. Bye.